Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Crisis169 coming to you with another live upload live Power Spectrum Internet. My gaming rig. I'm here. You're there. Just get on it now. Today's topic we're going to be talking about the AAA games and the damn messes that they're making right now. If you haven't been following this the last couple of years and you've been living under a rock or Siberia or the South Pole for the last 5 years, there's games really having trouble right now making any headway. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 can release every season they want right now and will make a difference. Yes, ranked play brought some people back. The problem is with ranked play, it should have been that there day one. Battlefield 2042, a game that I love to play a lot more of now than I bought it a year and a half ago back in October, and I was pissed. Uh, it's still not 100% at its potential what it should be day one. Halo Infinite, move on. No, I can't move on Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is a cluster F of a game that shouldn't have came out at all. They should have trashed the damn Halo series after Halo Guardians or Halo 5, you want to call it, and got rid of it and put it to bed for a couple years. Gears of War 6 supposedly coming out sometime between now and ever. GTA 5, it's gonna be launched later this year. They're saying trailer's coming out. Is it gonna be a cluster mess? Probably. I can almost guarantee you Halo 5 will be a mess. Cyberpunk was a cluster F. They fixed it. Yes. The Witcher 3. Game came out, no issues whatsoever. So explain to me, how can about 90%, not including Witcher 3, 90% of the games I mentioned have issues day one, and some forever, or for almost 3 months? In this case, Battlefield 2042, for over a year. Explain to me this. You can't. Because I'm trying, my brain's having this teacher trying to figure this thing out. I'm like, and that's the response I give. Because you can't conform a normal thought to this. It's impossible. You can't give a normal thought. You can't get a rational thought to this, except like that, because you can't do anything. You have to stare with like a dog at this. You're confused. You're like, okay, what is this? Halo is like what now? Halo is this? I remember Halo 3 would be a rock kick ass game. It came out on 360. It kicked ass, took names. I remember Halo 3 was the game that made Xbox better than PlayStation 3 for a while there. You know, and Call of Duty came out, and eventually the Call of Duty here, hold my beer, and for a lot of you kids here, hold my juice box. Back in the day, you got young kids back then. Hold my juice box, Call of Duty said, and took the reign and ran with it. But for a while there, it was neck and neck with Halo 3 and Call of Duty, until Call of Duty just took off and ran. And now Call of Duty is literally struggling to even have its own identity. It's like a lot of these people in the world today that they can't figure out what bathroom to use. Call of Duty can't figure out if it's going to be Call of Duty or Halo or Gears of War, or not Gears of War, but Titanfall or some other damn game franchise. It's like, okay, so we're playing this game because you have to now. It's like, it's like you have to play Call of Duty because it's part of the checklist. Like, okay, I gotta play Call of Duty, and you gotta go play Call of Duty for a couple weeks. And it feels like a damn checklist you have to do every damn year, it seems like. And then them coming out with a new game this later this year, and even though this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is supposed to be a 2-year game, yeah, what a damn joke. What a farce, right? So, what went wrong? Well, I don't know. Effing everything. The fact is that these folks guys, I blame a lot of the gaming industry on this stuff, and I also blame consumers too as well, because we want the latest and greatest games. We want them right now. We don't care if it takes a year to have a game patch, a la 2042, but we'll bitch and complain about the whole time. Because we wanted it now. They gave us it now, and the game's a cluster F of a mess. It is better, and it is more beautiful than it ever looked. And I'm saying, if you have Xbox Game Pass on PC or Xbox, I'm highly recommend you go check that game out and download and play it. You will enjoy it. And if you like open world, like open battlefield, world battlefield game where you're just running around, total chaos breaking out, and there's planes and choppers and guns and flying, and you're running around screaming for your life, shooting people, trying to get some kills, but also trying to capture A. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and it does do a lot of good. People do follow the rules mostly. Most of the time they do. And it is and it is a real fun game. But Halo, Infinite, I bought the game on Steam really cheap. I got it with the Master Chief Collection, a game I like playing. But I'm just Halo out right now. I don't regret buying the game, not at all. But I wish they would put a little more TLC into it. You know what I mean? A little more TLC in that situation. Instead of just, giving us a game just to give us a game, they give us a game that actually works. Like I said before, yesterday, and the day before that, and about the Bed Bath & Beyond video with Best Buy and GameStop. And the Bed Bath & Beyond is going out of business practically. And bless those guys over at Clarksville One, over at the Governor Square Mall location. I hope they find a new job. Cause the CEO's gonna sell his stock and get a golden parachute and float away. And the rest of these people are gonna be falling to their deaths because when they pull open their parachute, all it's gonna come out is those tin pots and pans like in the cartoons, and they're gonna go, and they're gonna go down there, and they're gonna smack it on the ground and die. I mean, they're gonna hit the ground, with with nothing. They're gonna be poor. And that's what happened with Bed Bath & Beyond. And GameStop is no far off that. And Best Buy is slipping really fast. More reports now showing that their earnings are a lot less than they were predicting last quarter. So with Activision sold, oh my God, some people saying, oh my God, Call of Duty sold $1 billion. And how are they struggling? Call of Duty always sold $1 billion with a game. They have never not sold hundreds of millions of dollars with Call of Duty games. Okay, it's the replay value that sells more. Because once you play the game first time, beat the campaign, like me, beat the campaign, I hardly ever pick up Call of Duty ever again. Okay. Now with Call of Duty, Call of Duty 2, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4, and World at War, that was different because those games were fun. Call of Duty 2, the one that came out a little later on, not the first one that came out in 360. I played that too as well. Single player is good. But anyway though, that was fun. It was hard, but it was fun. It was challenging. You need challenge in life, but it is fun. Okay, you need to have a little fun in your life. And now, and that being said, though, is there any inclination that this is gonna solve itself? No. Is Call of Duty gonna crash and burn? Probably eventually. As bad as Halo? Probably not. But it's gonna fall from grace. When people are more excited to play Battlefield, a game that's been out for over a year, that's been a cluster F of a mess. They're more happy to play that than Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You kind of know that something's up. I'm not saying that the new Call of Duty game Sledgehammer is working, it's going to be a grand slam or a big dud. But look at the track record that Infinity Ward Sledgehammer has. Treyarch is the only one that has decent ones. They made the Black Ops series, Treyarch did. And I think a World at War. And Modern Warfare made the Call of Duty 4. A lot of those guys who are there are no longer there anymore from those originals. Recarnations of those past developed games talked about. So that being said, though, is anything can fix this? Probably not in the sense of a short term. Long term, yes, I think long term, if they actually buckle down and care more about a player base and not trying to appease a bunch of Timmy No Thumbs or useless people who just play the game only for the season 2 and 3 and then run away for the next 3 months to go play, I don't know, Fortnite or whatever. And of course, nothing wrong with that if you do. I mean, I'm not saying you're not a real gamer for doing that. I'm just saying that a lot of people play Fortnite for a while and they give up and they go somewhere else to come back later on. I'm just saying that because it's easier to say that than not say that. But anyway, though. So, is there really a reason for this? Or is it because it's greediness? And I think it's a little bit of all three. Greed, management wanting unpredictable scheduling, but then again, that's been going on since the crash of '83, where Atari was told to make games out quickly, and Sega had, hey, have your game for the Sega Saturn release in September. Oh, you have it next week, and people lost their minds. And also the consumer base. People want Call of Duty now. They don't want to wait. But they waited 3 years for a Call of Duty game, and what came out was a cluster mess of garbage. They had nothing to do with Call of Duty before. I think if people really pay attention to Call of Duty and pay attention to what they're looking at, they'll find out that Call of Duty is not what they think it is. Okay? Call of Duty is not going to be the saving grace where it once was. Halo's not either. And a lot of new IPs coming out, like Atomic Heat, whatever it is, that's getting some good, or Hi-Fi Rush getting some good, exposure out there. And games like, Discord and the rest of them, what you call it Discord, we call it Discord, you call that game, is going down the drain. And what we say, oh, what about Eden's Ring? Or, Eden's Ring. That's another good game. They had graphical issues on PC. But they did fix it really quickly, so I gave them a little bit of a pass. Still, should have been 100% day one, same as Cyberpunk. But they did fix them. So with the games right now, I'm thinking this is going to be a norm, eventually. Now we're going to have this happening. Games are going to come out looking like crap. Not because we don't care about it. It's just because they don't want us to have games right away. Have games over time. They want to have it right now. Then when it breaks down and bursts into flames, now Activision and EA are throwing out pulling out all the stops, trying to, get the game to work better. It's kind of hard to do though when your game goes down the toilet. Really hard to get a game to work when your game goes down the toilet. You know what I mean? And it's really hard to, rally the troops when your sales plummet and 8% of your player base goes away. And you're losing a lot of people. And you're already cutting people anyway. There's rumors that Activision started cutting people again. That they had in the past. And Microsoft cut a lot of people in 343 Studios. So guys, a lot of problems out there going on in the game industry. So if you want games right now, just remember what Mark Christ 69 is telling you. Get it right now. It could be 6 months or a year before it's 100%. At that point in time, that studio you might like could be out of business or losing people. So you have to use a little common sense. So I think, but I think it's something that has to be done, has to be addressed, obviously, with people, upper management. They want this, they want it right now, make sales right now. And I understand that. I understand. It's all about the money. I get it. I'm not immune to that. Neither are you. Well, guys, this is my video, my upload. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Once again, like, subscribe, notificating that bell. Christ169 Xbox Live. Christ1691 on Steam, and Christ169 on EA Play for Battlefield. See you guys later.